y'all. This is On Screen TV. I'm your host, Issa Loreen, and tonight I am on screen with
Anwar and Tyreek.
Anwar and Tyreek. How are y'all feeling tonight?
Feeling great. I'm feeling ecstatic. I'm feeling amazing.
Awesome. So we are here at the Group Project Conversation and Mixer panel, where people will learn more about partnerships, equity, and all sorts of things to elevate their fashion and music career. So can both of you tell me more about where you're from, for one, and what is it that you do for people who may not be familiar?
Yeah, so I'm from Southwest Atlanta, and I'm one of the co-founders of Lotus Rosery, which is a festival for up-and-coming creatives, as well as I founded Dougsia Digital, which is an influencer marketing agency.
I'm from the east side of Atlanta, really all over the city. I've lived downtown. I've lived in every zone. Atlanta's my home. Outside of that, our goal is to be able to find opportunities and ways for artists of all medium to grow, and just kind of being that staple in our community. You know, people know to come to us to help grow their brands, grow their artistry, and just be more involved and see what they can do.
Awesome. And so, of course, we just got off a great panel discussion. Why do you feel like events like the Group Project Conversation is important for like the Atlanta fashion music community scene?
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of information gets lost amongst us, and we really need a lot more of these spaces just to share knowledge. There's so many people who have achieved so many great things in this city, but it's almost like Atlanta can be such an individual place where people only work with their individual teams, and we don't really get to connect as much as we probably should. But there's so much power in this event and being able to just talk to each other, exchange ideas. And I didn't realize how like interconnected we really are, and like how pivotal everyone in this room is to my story. But you know, it was just great to really have community and just continue to like share knowledge with people who want it, because that's what I needed when I was like trying to, you know, make our events become bigger and make, you know, my agency work. Was like, I needed community, I needed guidance. So like being able to create spaces like this is so important.
Mm-hmm. And also too, this question can pertain to both of you. You were talking on the panel about how like you almost had to cuss out somebody, you know, you had to come correct. But for people who may be kind of scared to act in that boldness, especially when it comes to negotiating partnerships, business and stuff like that, what advice would you have to them as terms of speaking up for yourself, being bold and going after what you want?
Yeah, so I think something my good friend Shelly said was the worst they can say is no. And like, for me, my intention with going into the meeting and saying, hey, like, I feel like no Atlanta businesses have really gotten these grants that you guys are saying that you're giving out. That stemmed from a place of care and trying to get that funding to those right people. So yeah, I think it's about just being confident, being able to take a risk, but also you just got to put yourself out there. You have to be confident in everything you're saying and just keep going after it. And the worst they can say is no, literally. You're not losing anything. I have thousands of emails that say unfortunately at the beginning, you know, from job applications to grants to a million different opportunities, but that never discourages me. So it's 100 no and 1 yes.
Definitely. So do you want to speak as well about being bold and going after you want when it comes to this business?
You just gotta have that dog in you. For real. You can have all the technical skills. You can be the best artist. You can be the best fashion designer, whatever it is. But if you don't have the go-getter, you know, to show up and show out, not just for brands or for partnerships, but, you know, even for yourself, it really kind of taps into every facet of your life as a creative, down to coming to events like this so you can go out and meet people, all the way to being the kind of person who wakes up an hour before work to go on a jog, clear their mind, or do anything. A lot of that doesn't necessarily come natural for a lot of people. I feel like it can be taught, but in order to truly master it, you really just got to give it your 10,000 hours. And that is in every facet, not just the art itself. You got to give yourself your 10,000 hours. You got to give your community your 10,000 hours. You really got to give 100,000. But no, all in all, just got to have it in you.
What piece of advice would you give to your younger self? So that younger self, you that was working at the juice bar, you know, trying to provide for your mom's medical bills and stuff like that. What piece of advice would you give to your younger self?
Just keep going. I think something is bound to shift. If you really believe in any idea, it may take a really long time, but it's going to happen. As long as you just keep showing up every day. Literally what Shelly was saying about showing up when it's raining, showing up when you're not making money from this. The only successful people you see are people who just did not quit. That's literally the only determining factor. That's the only thing. When you look at any of those people, they have peers who gave up on those dreams. They have peers who didn't keep chasing that next thing. But they were just the ones who just did not stop. And I feel like just keep going.
It's the same thing I would tell a younger version of me. Don't give up. And that I'm glad that I never did. The only way I feel like The only way I feel like this shit won't work is if you stop. How do you even define failure unless you give up? Because you can't fail unless you stop. With that said, as long as you keep going at it, then the longer you go at it, the smarter you're going to get, the more mistakes you're going to make, but the more lessons you're going to learn. You know, it's only going to be a matter of time.
Thank y'all so much, and thank you for coming on screen. Thank you. Oh, wait, one more thing. You're not really Atlanta if what? I gotta know.
If you don't know where to get a good 10-piece.
Okay. You're not really Atlanta if what?
You don't know where the best wings at.
Oh, he said the same thing. Y'all said the same thing. Y'all said the same. He said 10, where to get a good 10-piece.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
So you're not really from Atlanta if what?
You're not really from Atlanta if you don't know your closest bus stop or train station. Gotta know MARTA.
Okay, good. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you.